Hello there, everybody. Thank you so much for stopping by for your weekly tarot video forecast. Before we get started, just a quick update. We are now at 63% paid on the Reiki Apprenticeship Program. Thank you so much for all of your support. It's fantastic to meet each and every one of you and work with each and every one of you as I move forward on this journey, and I appreciate everyone so much. Thank you again. I do want to let you guys know the reason I missed last week's videos, for those of you who noticed, and not everybody did, I'm sure. But for those of you who did notice that I missed last week's videos, it really was because I just got so involved in getting this house set up the way I need it to be set up. So now the biggest part of that is done and over with, and I am expecting to be back to my regular schedule, however regular that ever was, going forward. So thank you to all of you who are my faithful subscribers who stuck in there even though I faded out for a week. Thank you very, very much for your loyalty and your support. On to your readings. Hello there, Leo. Thank you so much for stopping by for your weekly tarot video forecast for the week of April 10th through Easter Sunday, April 16th. Happy Easter to everybody who celebrates that. Oops, didn't mean to bang with my ring on the table. All right, so let's look at Monday, Leos. What you have here is the Five of Coins. Five of Coins, I'm hearing batten down the hatches. Now that is not what I normally hear with this card, by the way. Normally I hear it's more like tightening up the belt. Battening down the hatches, this is making sure things are safe and secure. This may have to do with tightening up the belt when it comes to your budget as well. But I really have to tell you, normally I don't look at the cards before I actually start the camera because I like for my readings to be nice and fresh, and I usually don't shuffle on camera because I like to be able to just spit everything out and move through the reading. But two cards caught my eye as I was putting them down, and they were Monday's card and Tuesday's card, and I have the strong sense that for some of you, probably even the minority of you, but for some of you, these two cards go together. This one about battening down the hatches, I really feel like there's going to be some kind of precautions that some of you are taking because you have somebody coming home on Tuesday. For some of you, this is somebody coming out of a rehab facility. For some of you, this is somebody coming out of incarceration of some type. Okay? Not for all of you, probably for the minority of you. But I just have to tell you, for those of you that this applies to, then I feel like this Five of Coins, this battening down the hatches, is because there's somebody coming home from a situation like rehab or like incarceration. I feel like whenever they come back into the house, you want to make sure that there's no temptation around for them, that there's no trouble just calling their name. And that's why you're battening down the hatches. You may be locking up the liquor. You may be making sure all your debit cards and credit cards are in a safe place. You may be doing I don't even know what all kind of precautions you would take in a situation like that. So for some of you, I'm sure this applies because for me to get that strong of a feeling, but that's very specific. So obviously I don't feel like that's for the majority of you, but some of you just needed to hear that. Let's see. So I do feel like the battening down the hatches, though, does apply to a lot of you guys on Monday. So I think that there's a lot of you that are taking security measures, taking safety measures, doing something to make your environment safer, whether it's your work environment, your home environment, whether it's your kids' sporting environment. There's something going on where you are doing what it takes to make things safer there. Okay, so that's what's coming up for Monday in general. Now for Tuesday, of course, you guys saw we have the Four of Clubs. The general meaning on the Four of Clubs is that somebody is coming into the nest, somebody's coming back home. They could be coming home, of course, from rehab or incarceration. They could also be coming home from a vacation, from a military tour. This could be family getting together to celebrate something. Many times the Four of Wands is talking about family. This also could be about Could be about work, about a new person in the workplace, so that person coming into the nest. This could be about, excuse me. Okay, so this could be about, what there was a third one I wanted to talk about. This could be about a couple that has been separated and now coming back together. Okay? So there's a lot of different ways that this can play out when we look at the more general meaning. And like I said, I don't think that most Leos watching my videos have somebody coming home from rehab or from incarceration. That's just way too specific to even imagine that that would apply to, 1/12 of my YouTube viewers. So I would say somebody coming into the nest. And this can even be you coming to the nest. You could be coming home from vacation or going back to work after, some time off. You could be starting a new job and so being, coming into that new home situation. Or you could be, reconnecting with someone that you had separated from. All right, so that's enough on those 2 days. Let's move on to Wednesday, Leo. Okay, so Wednesday, what we have, where's the least glare? What we have is the Three of Swords showing up. And the Three of Swords is one of the cards that actually it's one of the more difficult cards to deal with, I think. Even more so than like the Transformation or the Death card or the Tower card. The Three of Swords is a personal, where we're taking something very personal and it hurts our heart. So there's a lot of different ways that that can come in. That can be, if we lose a pet, or if there's some kind of betrayal, a friend betrays us, or a significant partner betrays us, or something like that. This can even be, I've seen this play out as something that where someone sees something on the news that hurts their heart. This can show up as a Three of Swords card. So there's all kinds of different variations and levels of emotion that can be tied to that. And I really don't have a specific coming up. So I feel like it's going to manifest in all kinds of different ways in all kinds of different Leo's lives. Okay? All right, so let's look at Thursday. Here we have the Justice card in reverse. Now the Justice card in reverse just means that you are giving, let's just suck those words back. Actually, what I'm feeling with this particular instance with this Justice card is that somebody is evaluating you to see if you can be trusted with more than what you're trusted with now. Okay, so this can play out at work where you're being evaluated for a promotion. This can play out as you have job applications out and somebody is reviewing your job application to figure out if you would fit for their position. This can be a family situation where somebody is evaluating whether they want to make you power of attorney or executor of a will. This can also be, I've actually had this come up before when somebody was trying to decide if the girl that they had been seeing a while was someone that they really wanted to buy a ring for. And actually, pop the big question. So there's somebody that is looking you over and evaluating you, checking you out, trying to decide if they want to give you more trust and more responsibility than what you already have. Okay? That's Thursday. Friday. Page of Swords. This is a cool card, Leo. I've always thought this is a cool card. Now, I have a different meaning for the Page of Swords than most other readers do. And this is one card where the meaning for me hasn't really changed over the time that I've been reading. A lot of cards, the meanings do change as time goes by, just because people change, cultures change, ideas in the world change. But this one has kind of stayed the same for me. And for me, the Page of Swords just means, Leo, that you are curious about something that is under the umbrella of what I call the secrets of the universe. For those of you who haven't been watching me a while, secrets of the universe are just those things that we're not taught about in school, at least generally not, that influence our world and our lives and our interactions. So secrets of the universe could be astrology, could be mediumship, could be psychic abilities, ESP, telepathy, law of attraction, metaphysical laws in general, any of these things. And so when I see the Page of Swords, this is telling me that you're curious about something there. Maybe it's an energetic healing modality. But you're curious about some kind of secret of the universe. And so, if you're at the very entrance level of this, you may but just be trying to decide if it's real or not. You may be, watching some videos on Friday and trying to decide, are those psychics for real or are they just making stuff up as they go? But this could be, if you're looking at an energetic healing modality, this could be you checking it out to see if it's for real or not. Doing research on it, finding out. Now, if you're already at the point where you know that whatever it is you're curious about is real, then this card indicates something where you're digging deeper. You're finding out more about it. You're getting a deeper understanding of it. You're finding practical application of the things that you're learning so that you can use what you're learning in your own life for your own good and betterment. Okay, so that's what we have coming up for you guys on Friday, Leos. Saturday, King of Swords shows up in reverse. This is somebody that you're interacting with on Saturday for most of you. About 20% of you, this is going to be kind of how you're acting on Saturday. King of Swords reverse to me is a grump. He's just a grump. He's hard to deal with. He's somebody that he can be very sarcastic and cutting, not very appreciative of what you're actually doing for him or that impacts him in a positive way. This is somebody who just is having a hard time seeing the positive things in life on Saturday, and you're interacting with this person. If you're lucky, your interaction with this person will be short. For some of you, this person will be your significant other, and you won't be that lucky. Sorry. But anyway, this is what shows up for you guys on Saturday. Sunday, what we have showing up is the transformation card in reverse. Yes, officially it is labeled death. I call it transformation because that's more appropriate. And it doesn't scare the bejeebers out of everybody like the death card does. Okay, so transformation card on Sunday. Isn't that appropriate that it's on Easter Sunday? The day that many people around the world celebrate Jesus, one man, transforming from what we call dead to alive. We've got the transformation card. Okay, but this transformation card that we have is in reverse on Sunday. And so what does that mean? First of all, I want to check in. Is this about them or somebody else? Okay, so Leos, this is about you. And this is telling me that there's some kind of change that is moving in, and this is a change of your core values. Now, core values for me are those things that you learn when you're too little to know better. You just learn them by absorbing them like a sponge. You watch how your parents interact with the world, and you learn from that. You watch how your teachers interact and handle things, and you learn from that. Okay, so an example of a core value is, let's say that you're out walking with your father when you're a toddler, and your dad sees a snake and takes off at breakneck speed. Whoop, gone. Didn't bother to warn you as a toddler, didn't bother to pick you up and take you with him. Now, obviously, your dad is not thinking straight because that's probably not the way he would normally handle things, at least for most of us, hopefully. So what do we learn from that as toddlers when we see our dad take off like lightning when he sees a snake? What we learn is snakes scare our dad. And our dad's like the biggest, baddest thing that we know in the world at that point. So if snakes scare dad, they must be pretty bad. So in a nutshell, we learn that snakes are bad. All right? So that's an example of a core value. We just learn that just from observation, just from seeing how the people who are closest to us and most important to us and that we rely on the most handle things. Okay, so that would become a core value at that point. So when we have the death card in reverse on Sunday, What's going on is you have some kind of core value that has just been in you for so long. It's just a part of you. It feels like it's a part of you anyway. But you're starting to realize, maybe this is not the most productive core value to have. Like you may be realizing, when I'm walking with my kids and I see a snake, I don't want to leave them there to figure out what the snake is and take off. Like lightning, I would like to have enough sense to pick them up and walk away calmly from the snake. That might be a replacement core value that you want to install. Just an example. Now, of course, the snake thing is not going to apply to everybody. It may not apply to anybody. It's just an example to give you an idea about core values and how we can have something come in that's more productive, that's better, that's more happiness making than a core value that we picked up when we were little ones. Okay? So when you've got the death card in reverse or the transformation card in reverse, what's going on is you do have a change coming in to your core values, and you recognize that that change is coming in, but you may not see exactly, like you can see that the change is going to shake up your life, but you may not see exactly where your life is going to end up after that change fully comes into your life and becomes a part of you, like the old core value has been. And so a lot of times, because of that fear of the unknown, what we do is we try to push that back. We try to hold that change back. No, 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 no. I know what happens here. I'm comfortable with this. I know how to work this. If I change this, that's unknown territory. Not going to change this. Not going to let it happen. The problem is when this card shows up, this change is coming in whether you let it or not. So you can resist it if you want. You can resist it for a long time if you want. The thing about it is you're only hurting yourself, because when you resist it, you're keeping yourself in that limbo place in between how things used to be and how things will be, and you're keeping yourself in that unknown, that limbo of unknown. If you embrace the change and let it come into your life and integrate fully, then you get over to the other side more quickly, where you do things in a more productive way. It's easier for you to be happy. It's easier for you to find your satisfaction. Okay? So if you happen to notice yourself resisting a change on core values on Sunday, allow yourself to acknowledge that maybe it's a little scary to change this, and then if you can, allow yourself to embrace the change and just bring it on in and welcome the newness and the happiness and the joyfulness of an updated, more pertinent core value in your life. Okay, so that is your week, Leos. Thank you so much, everybody, for stopping by, for hanging out, for liking, sharing, subscribing, and commenting. I do appreciate all of your support. I hope to see some of you back here this week for readings, some of you for Reiki sessions, and the rest of you I'll see back on the next video. Peace out. Hello, everybody. This is Amista, and I am coming to you today with something completely different than what you've ever seen here before, completely different than what I ever thought I would do. I have been taking Reiki training, and I've gotten level 1 and I've gotten level 2, and I really want to take master training because already I've realized that there are other people out there who need to know how to be able to do Reiki for themselves, and I'm not qualified to show them that or to teach them that or to pass that on to them or empower them with that until I become a Reiki master. And so I was looking into a Reiki Master Program, and I meet all the qualifications as far as that goes. I've been accepted into the Master Program, but the last little bit of money is what I need some help with, and I'm hoping that you guys will help me with that. I need to raise another $3,000 to get myself into the program. And so that's where you guys come in. what I'm doing is I am accepting very happily and very thankfully and very gratefully any donations that you may feel like you would want to give. If you don't want to, obviously, then don't. um, but if you do feel like you want to help me to get into this Reiki Master Apprenticeship Program, any help that any of you and all of you send is great. No donation is too small. Um, I just ask that they're over like 35 cents because I think PayPal will take 35 cents of whatever comes in as a fee for collecting payment. But anything other than over 35 cents is no donation is too small. So there's the corrected version of that. Um, and actually, I was looking I have over 7,000 subscribers. If every subscriber donated $1, I would be able to end this request. But so if you would like to donate, I would be extremely thankful. I would appreciate that a lot. Also, I want to do something for you in exchange for donating. So anybody who would donate at all, I would like to offer you 15 minutes of free Reiki distant healing. In other words, I would send you some healing energy where you would not have to come to my house or we would not have to meet in person. Just like I do a lot of my readings by Skype or by phone. I can also send the healing energy without having to be right in front of you. We don't even have to be on the phone or on Skype when I do it, although I will want to touch base with you ahead of time to find out where you would like me to target that energy. If you have any particular thing you want to have worked on energetically, and also to touch base after it's done just to let you know that I have sent the energy in to check in with you, see how you're feeling, that type of thing. Anybody who donates anything more than $50, what I would like to do is send you some Reiki energy. I would send you the same amount of minutes of Reiki energy as you send dollars. So say you donate $50, then I would send you 50 minutes of Reiki energy. Anybody who wants to donate and doesn't want to receive Reiki but knows somebody else that they would like to have the Reiki sent to, feel free to let me know that, and you can gift that Reiki to somebody else, and I will just touch base with them, make sure I have permission to send them that energy, and talk to them about where they would like it targeted and all of that, just like I would if I was sending that to you. So that is what I've got going on, and I really appreciate, like I said, all of the help any of you can send. I know not everybody can send, not everybody will want to send help, but I am hoping that there will be enough to get me into this quickly. Otherwise, I would probably have to wait, I don't know, 6 months, a year before I had this kind of money to get myself into there, and I don't want to wait that long. I want to be able to empower people more quickly than that. So what I'm doing is I am in the description section underneath the video. I'm going to send you a link where you can donate, and you can choose whatever amount you want to donate, and I will probably also have that showing in the video as well. So thank you, everybody, for listening and for giving this some thought, some prayer, some attention. And thank you, everybody who actually does donate as well. I appreciate it all. Thank you so much. Peace.